Good morning everyone. Today we'll discuss about types of intermediaries. So intermediaries are the middleman and signifies those individuals and institutions in the channel that either take title of the goods and sell at profit or do not take the title of the goods but sell for a commission. So here the many producers do not sell products or services directly to the customer, and instead of that they will use the marketing intermediaries to get the product to the final consumer, that is known as intermediaries. Here the intermediaries such as middleman, wholesaler, retailer, agents and the brokers or the distributors these are all the intermediaries, the middle persons between the manufacturer and the customers. So here the distributors enter into a long-term commitments with the producer. From the manufacturer, they will take a long-term commitments that they will buy the products of the manufacturer. So here, according to American Marketing Association, defined as the term middleman as one who specialize in performing operations of rendering services that are directly involved in the purchase and sale of goods in process of their flow from the producers to the users. So from the producers to the users there is a link between. So there is a link that is known as intermediates or the wholesalers or the retailers. So now we will see the merchant middleman. So merchant middlemen are those who take the title of the goods and channelize the goods from the previous channel to the next channel step in the pipeline. Here the taking the title of the goods means taking the ownership of the product and sells to the customer for profit is known as merchant middleman, or in other words merchant middleman buy and sell the goods and by taking possession of the goods. What he will do? The middleman will purchase goods and services from the manufacturer and sells to the customer by taking possession of goods. Here taking possession means taking ownership of goods and bears the risk and the price for their effort and earn profit. Here the middleman also faces different types of risk. In addition to these functions of exchange, namely buying and selling, they do perform some auxiliary functions. Here the wholesaler, retailer or middleman, they will perform some auxiliary functions. Here the auxiliary functions means supporting functions which make the process of marketing easy and convenient to sell the products and services. Now we'll see the wholesaler. Wholesale trader is one who sells to other middlemen, institutions and individuals, usually in fairly large quantities. As all you know that wholesaler will buy large quantity of products from the manufacturer. See, who sells to the other middleman. So after purchasing from the manufacturer, the wholesaler will sell the products to a retailer or the middleman, and the retailer will sell goods to the customers. So here according to American Management Association, wholesaler sells to retailer. So here the manufacturer sells products to the wholesaler and the wholesaler sells products to the retailer or other merchants or other distributors or other institutions. So whatever may be, so the wholesaler will sell the products to retailers. Thus, wholesale trade is do with marketing and selling merchandise to retailers, to other wholesaler or to other individuals. Maybe the wholesaler will directly sell to the customer, or the wholesaler will directly sell to retailers and retailers will sell to the customers. So, wholesaler will also perform a number of functions in the process of marketing the goods. The first function of the wholesaler is assembling and buying. Assembling implies the collection of small lot of scattered agricultural production for economic bulk buying. As all you know, the wholesaler will buy large quantity of products from the manufacturer, and it also means bringing together. Assembling means bringing together stocks or products of different manufacturer. Here the wholesaler buy the same products from different manufacturers. So and the stocks of different manufacturers producing the same line of goods. Here the same line of goods means the same products he will buy from the different manufacturer. So your buying comprises of the activities of selection of the manufacturer. He will select the manufacturer from whom he has to buy the products, and placing orders. After selecting, will place orders to the manufacturer and making special purchase in case of seasonal products. So we have seasonal products, like in rainy season there is a need of umbrella. So seasonal products also the wholesaler will buy from the manufacturer. And the second one is warehousing. Warehousing is nothing but the storage of the product. We will store the product in warehouse. So warehousing or storing is closely related to the function of assembling. So here, as there is always a gap between the time period of production and the consumption, so there will be a time period for producing of product and consumption of a product. Such product is stored by the wholesaler or the manufacturer. So the goods are held as preserve. After purchasing of the goods from the manufacturer, the wholesaler will preserve the products. So when there is a demand in the market of that product, at that time he will sell the storage product, because he will get a more number of profits. And this involves capital lockup plus risk. This warehousing by wholesaler reveals both the producers and the retailers from the problems of storage. And the next one is transporting. So it is the process of assembling and warehousing and the resale. So wholesaler do undertake transportation of goods from producers to their warehouse and back to the retailers. He will purchase from the manufacturer, again he will transfer to the retailer. So there will be a transportational cost, and transportational it is paid by the wholesaler. And financing. Wholesalers undertake marketing financing. So what the wholesaler will do, they will grant a finance to the reseller. On the other hand, reduce the financial burden of the manufacturer by taking early delivery of stocks from them. So there will be a commitment between the manufacturer and the wholesaler. They will early deliver of stock. So the manufacturer will early deliver the stocks to the wholesaler. And the very fact that wholesaler grant a credit is a good as reducing the credit quota manufactured to the final users. So and fifth one is risk bearing. Risks are inherent in business. Risk is there in every type of business, and which are to be borne and shifted. So here the wholesaler bears the risk of loss of change in prices. So wholesaler will bear the risk of there may be a damage of products while transporting, or any fire accident, or any theft, or loss of change in prices. Suddenly the prices of the product may be fall down. These are all the risk of the wholesaler. The next one, grading, packing and packaging. Grading is another function of the wholesaler, whereby they sort out the stock in terms of different sizes, qualities and moisture contents and so on. And here the wholesaler will buy large quantities, but the reseller will buy only the small amount of quantities. So after getting the products from the manufacturer, again he will repack the products, that is in small packets or in small quantities. They will sell to the retailers. And dispersing and selling. So dispersing means the continuous process of buying and selling and goods and services. So the wholesaler will continually buy from the manufacturer, and the retailer will continue buy from the wholesaler. This is a continuous process. And providing market information. So wholesalers are the vital link between the retailers and the manufacturer. So wholesalers are the link between the retailer and the manufacturer, and they provide relevant and up to date information to the retailers. So they will give the day to date information to the retailers affecting their trade interest, and also they reciprocate the same to manufacturer as to whatever retailers feed them on changing market conditions useful for the wholesaler. So they will give information regarding the marketing condition both to the manufacturer and the retailers. And here the sum of the services of the wholesaler and the same points will be repeating. Just go through that points. Tomorrow we will discuss about retailers and agents, brokers topics. So thank you.